It is the most crowded hospital in Thailand.
The last hope for severely ill patients from across the country.
The reason Siriraj is widely considered a trusted institution is our solid teamwork.
Yes, we are home to intensive medical expertise and state-of-art instruments.
But without a teamwork, there will be nothing. For more than 130 years, our fame and trust have continuously grown. It's definitely a tough work to carry on this legacy,
But we are honored to do that. It would be proud of us to pass on the legacy.
to the future generation. The most admired and lasting core value of Siriraj is, I think it's the saying of Prince Mahidol that goes, let consideration of personal gain take second place for the overall benefit of mankind.
Therefore here, we keep working for the same thing, the benefit of mankind.
Quite often, I get exhausted from work, but once I saw the patient when they recover and went back home happily, my energy came back. At last, the labor of Siriraj follow us everywhere we go and make us proud every time we recall it.
Siriraj, thank you very much.
It's been said if you use your skills for treating patients, at the end of the day, you may save 40 or 50 people, 100 tops.
But if you teach, you contribute your knowledge to others, your contribution would be multiplied.
And it could save a countless number of patients out there.
Anatomy and physiology are the fundamentals of medicine. With new educational technology, our medical students will gain a strong foundation for their clinical study.
As a teacher, I would like to see my students leave here, firstly with competency and full of confidence.
I would also like to see them flourish into innovative doctors who create ideas or approaches that improve standard of care.
Watching them grow into completed individuals make me proud and happy.
Life outside the classroom is fun, with medical clubs like
art, music, sport, and so on that bring you the opportunity to meet with new friends
and to sharpen your skills. You're going to find people
that you will keep in touch for the rest of your life. On over 40 acres on the bank of Chao Phraya River, the hospital has overcrowded buildings and a lot of patients. Apart from that,
Siriraj is the best medical center in Thailand in terms of academic, the outstanding faculty members, and course opportunity. 3 years of study would be the toughest part of the study, but in the end, Siriraj will transform you from a general doctor to the specialist everyone will be proud of.
working side by side with a renowned surgeon inspired me a lot. I feel so amazing that I can learn a lot of technique from him, and I wish to become a great surgeon like him.
Siriraj makes me more humble,
Open-minded.
and self-devoted.
Once Siriraj, always Siriraj.
The role of postgraduate division is to reach the knowledge from every part of the world. We have exchange students and visiting scholars from several countries, and vice versa. Our staff travel across the globe to exchange their experience and knowledge with others.
The most wonderful thing about being here is meeting all the great people who give me that continuous sense of community while here in training.
As a leading medical school in the country, one of our missions is to promote excellence in biomedical research. Our signature research program include but not limited to dengue and emerging pathogens, cancer, allergy and clinical immunology, proteomics, stem cells, and gene therapy are in remarkable progress. We are committed to translate our research discovery into healthcare application that will eventually serve as immunity to protect Thai people from illnesses and global emerging diseases. We believe that our works will not only generate new knowledge, but also make people healthier and live longer.
Siriraj is the hospital of the land, where all words to excellences are gathered here. We bring back the hope to the hopeless patients, so they can arrive home with a smile of happiness. Each year, we conduct a great number of impactful researches to support medical advancement. We produce hundreds of medical graduates to take care of the well-being of people in the whole country. We keep moving forward, and I can see the future of Siriraj clearly as the national medical institution with the international standard, as well as being the place where people love and trust, bridging Thailand to the world, being the exchanging hub of innovation, culture, and kindness of the world community, guiding the society, and promoting the well-being of the humankind.
Good afternoon here. Good morning there, Professor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the virtual Memorandum of Understanding Signatory ceremony between Siriraj Institute of Clinical Research, or SICRES, under the supervision of Faculty of Medicine, Siriraj Hospital, Mahidol University, Thailand, and Drugs for Neglected Disease Initiative, or DNDi. My name is Associate Professor Prapat Wanit Pongpan, Deputy Dean for International Relations of the Faculty of Medicine, Siriraj Hospital. It is my great pleasure indeed to be an MC of this ceremony. Today is an extraordinary event as we all are here to virtually witness and celebrate a much anticipated research collaboration between SICRES and DNDi. Once again, welcome and thank you very much for your participation. And please be informed that this virtual meeting will be recorded starting from this moment. Before we proceed to the ceremony, let's do the roundtable introduction so that we can get to know one another better, starting from Siriraj's side. On my left hand is the Director of SICRES, Professor Kunkanya Chokpaibunkit. Next to the Professor Kunkanya is the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, Siriraj Hospital, Professor Dr. Prasit Wattanapha. And on my far left is Deputy Dean for Research of Faculty of Medicine, Siriraj Hospital, Professor Dr. Prasert Ewaragun. And in this meeting, we have Director of DNDi Southeast Asia, Mr. Jean-Michel Paidanel. Mr. Paidanel, would you be kind enough to introduce yourself and the esteemed participant from DNDi, please?
Here today. So from our side here, we have our friends here, our colleagues from DNDi in Malaysia. We also have colleagues in Geneva listening. I would also like to thank for their presence our friends from Clinical Research Malaysia, with whom we also have an MoU here in Malaysia for clinical research. I know that our colleagues from GARDP are also attending this signing ceremony, and they are welcome. Thank you for being here. I myself, Jean-Michel, am the Director of the DNDi for Southeast Asia, and it is my pleasure to introduce Bernard Pécoul in Geneva, who is the General Director of the DNDi and founder of the DNDi. He's the first General Director. Welcome, Bernard.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, Sawadee Kap, good afternoon to you in Thailand, Malaysia. It's really my pleasure to attend this ceremony and to join you for this important event.
Okay, thank you very much. Now that we have learned more about the distinguished guest participant from both sides, Next, allow me to show you two video clips that will help for a better understanding about SICRES and DNDi in terms of the original idea, the objective, and the ongoing project. Starting with SICRES and followed by DNDi. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy.
The first and largest medical institution in Thailand, Siriraj Hospital, has a long history over the century. Siriraj's world-class school of medicine in present day occupies over 2,000 beds in 300 wards, serving over 85,000 IPD and 3.8 million OPD cases per year. A long timeline has given Siriraj tremendous strength in medical research and personnel development, benefiting in various discoveries and inventions in medical field. Our academics, researchers, and practices have been serving as a main pillar for public health of Thailand, which made us the largest site for conducting clinical trials in the region. The world has become more accelerated as we are in the age driven by modern technology. Innovative medical products bring improvements to life quality. People become more health conscious than ever before. We vision the importance of clinical research in extending our knowledge that enhances innovation for precision medicine. Not just to keep up with the world, but to become the leader of medical world. SICRES, or Siriraj Institute of Clinical Research, was established to support and facilitate clinical research and related activities, especially to drive innovation of medical products. SICRES offers a complete project management with cost-effective, full-service clinical trial from phase 1 to 4 that surpass international standard. From a pool of thousands of specialists in various medical fields, SICRES is capable of providing an entire range of therapeutic areas of clinical research customized to each specific protocol. Our modern facilities include state-of-the-art laboratories certified with international ISO and CAP standards. Our staffs ensure hospitality and friendly atmosphere to make this a comfortable place for all.
Our research has such a great impact to clinical practice, international and local guidelines that have changed the world we practice today.
So as a clinical scientist, I'm very happy and very proud to work here at Siriraj Hospital. So here we have done quite a number of clinical trials, especially for hematology, for the phase 1 until the phase 4 clinical trial, especially several registration trials for the US FDA and the EMEA.
When it comes to the clinical research, there are many things involved to make a success. And the fact that we are set up in the country's largest public hospital and the medical school, it really gives us the advantage of complete facilities and equipments that need to support clinical research. We also have expert investigators of various fields, and this is the place where the IP owners and the grantors are looking for.
So if you think about having a very good site for clinical trial, think about Siriraj and SICRES, and we will make it happen.
We build our success on the strategic partnership at all levels, from local to regional and to global. We aim for clinical research commitments to keep reaching beyond limitations for the benefit of health and well-being of mankind. It is our inspiration that your success is our success.
An unhealthy healthy injustice plagues our world. Some diseases affect billions, yet they attract little interest from the pharmaceutical industry and public sector. 1% of new medicines developed are for neglected diseases. Deadly diseases like sleeping sickness, where the only treatment was so toxic it killed 1 in 20 patients, or leishmaniasis, a difficult to treat disease that kills or leaves people with terrible scars, or Chagas disease, one of the biggest parasitic killers in the Americas. There is so little research into these diseases because those affected are poor, leaving doctors powerless to treat patients. When Doctors Without Borders won the Nobel Prize in 1999, they used the proceeds to explore a new, non-profit way to drive medical innovation. Public health research institutions from a number of countries joined Doctors Without Borders and the World Health Organization to launch the Drugs for Neglected Diseases initiative. Our mission is to harness the best science to develop drugs for the most neglected patients. DNDi acts as a conductor of a virtual orchestra, bringing together the public, private, academic, non-profit, and philanthropic sectors. We've searched millions of compounds. Once we have a hit, our scientists make it into a safe drug. We then run clinical trials in some of the most inhospitable areas of the world. With our partners, we've shown that alternative drug development can work by delivering 8 new treatments, including the first all-oral treatment for sleeping sickness and over 20 candidate drugs. With the World Health Organization, we've launched an organization to develop antibiotics to fight drug resistance. And it's not just about what we've achieved, but also how. We share our research data and costs publicly. We make drugs for patients, not profits. We've strengthened the capacity of countries affected by neglected diseases so they can lead future drug development. We've made progress, but the neglect still remains. So we're asking you, help us shape our next 15 years. Help us grow this experiment in innovation to save many more lives around the globe. www.dndi.org.
And those were two fascinating presentations from SICRES and DNDi. Now the time is right for the opening remark. Firstly, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Prasit Wattanapa, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, Siriraj Hospital, to deliver an opening remark. Professor Prasit, would you please?
Good afternoon to you all across the various time zones. I'm Professor Prasit Wattanapa, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, Siriraj Hospital. Allow me to express my gratitude to you all for organizing this virtual Memorandum of Understanding signing for research collaboration between SICRES and DNDi. It gives me great pleasure to be part of this momentous occasion. It is refreshing to be able to momentarily focus on something aside from COVID-19, something that will sow seeds for hope in the future. Over 130 years since Siriraj Hospital was established as the first hospital in Thailand by the King Chulalongkorn Lama V, and a few years after that, the first medical institute in Thailand was officially unveiled. During these years, the Faculty of Medicine Siriraj Hospital has trained high-quality talent, including graduates, healthcare professionals, and specialists, while our Siriraj Hospital provides first-grade medical services and treatment. From the beginning until present day, our commitments remain true to advancing scientific knowledge, research, and discoveries for greater health and well-being of Thai people and global citizens. I am delighted to be representing Thailand's leading medical institute. We have worked hard, and that I also reflect in our international accreditation attained. A key component of our DNA is having the ability to partner and collaborate with academics and healthcare professionals from around the world through conferences, published research papers, training, academic networking, among many other initiatives. All these enrich our experiences. This partnership between DNDi and Siriraj optimize each organization's strength to fulfill the most urgent patient needs, assessing existing drugs, and to exploring new potential treatment in the field of neglected diseases. I welcome today's MoU signing between SICRES and DNDi and have no doubt that this new journey will deliver exceptional results for years to come. We are looking forward to working closely with DNDi, an organization that I have much respect for, in cultivating a strong partnership towards sustainable success, ensuring equitable access to effective treatments. Thank you.
Very much, Professor Prasit, for such a kind speech. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Bernard P. Cool, Director of Drugs for Neglected Disease Initiative, to give an opening remark. Dr. P. Cool, would you please?
Yes, good afternoon, Professor Watanapa. Good afternoon, Professor Pulkania and Professor Prasit, and all distinguished guests. I'm so honored to be here today to join you all virtually, unfortunately, to witness and mark a much anticipated research collaboration between SICRES and DNDi, resulting in a memorandum of understanding. As I see this MoU as an important first step for fostering meaningful relationships that show real impact to improve the health and life of communities. Sadly, until today, the unaffordable cost of medicine and lack of research and development is preventing many patients affected by neglected disease around the world from accessing safe, effective, and life-saving drugs. For the last 16 years, the Drug for Neglected Diseases, a not-for-profit organization, has dedicated efforts to invest in medical research and development opportunity to address this issue. DNDi worked together with partners from government, private sector, civil society organizations to demonstrate that we can collectively work to improve access to equitable, affordable, and effective treatment for the most neglected patients. Both SICRES and DNDi have a shared common goal, which is to address the issue of a lack of access to safe, effective, affordable medicine for patients, including the most neglected. This collaborative partnership will help to further reinforce the trust and belief we have in reputable medical research and development organization in a region like SICRES that is leading the way for many innovation coming from low and middle income countries. We believe that with SICRES' state-of-the-art facilities, scientific expertise, and world-class clinical research capability all make for a powerful partner for DNDi as well as our close friend of GARDP that has been incubated by DNDi WHO, and this is vital for Southeast Asia. In the near future, we will be exploring more opportunities in areas such as dengue, antimicrobial resistance, why not COVID-19, and advocating for affordable hepatitis C treatment in Thailand with SICRES. This meaningful partnership that I am witnessing is an important milestone that paves the way for us to address the gaps in R&D and access to medicines end-to-end. Finally, I wanted to add that Thailand has a special place in my heart because I started my humanitarian career right there in Thailand in 85-86. Kopun Kap.
Cool for your kind speech. We all can see how collaborative innovation and partnership can indeed improve the health of the most neglected people. We can clearly see the matter of powerful partnership, which is the main reason that we all are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the virtual Memorandum of Understanding signatory ceremony between SICRES and DNDi. For this matter, may I invite Professor Prasit Watanapa and Dr. Bernard P. Cool to perform this honorable signatory ceremony. The Memorandum of Understanding have been signed. Thank you very much and congratulations. I believe everyone in this virtual meeting are as excited and look forward to the productive outcome after this ceremony. Again, congratulations. Before we close the meeting, I would like to invite Professor Kunkanya or Professor Prasad or Mr. Jean-Michel Paidanel, if you have anything to add up for this meeting, please.
Good afternoon, good morning, and thank you for everybody. I'm very would like to express my great gratitude to everyone that involved in this wonderful event. And the collaborating with the NDI, which is a remarkable nonprofit organization, is a very important step for us. And particularly, we are also a nonprofit academic institution. I believe that this milestone will be a very important mark that we will move on to generate a very high impact clinical research in the future by our experienced staff. And this MoU commits us to work closely together toward our common goals to improve the health and well-being of the patients. And this MoU spans for the following 5 areas of R&D. First is to promote and foster collaborative medical R&D environment in Thailand with a focus on patients' needs. Second, we would like to explore the opportunities for development of new treatments, for example, dengue and other neglected diseases that are important for the region and also beyond. And that we can generate the impact that could have the potential to change the patient's management. And third, we would like to work together to support the organization that link to DNDi, such as the Global Antibiotic Research and Development Partnership, or GARDP, R&D activities on the antimicrobial resistance in Southeast Asia. Actually, SICRES and GARDP has been conducting some research activities together as of now. And fourth, we would like to encourage and develop collaborations with other Southeast Asian R&D actors, such as the Clinical Research Malaysia, and we can be very good partners we'll be very strong in this region. And finally, we would like to address the needs of neglected patients through R&D and advocacy activities so that the patients would have access to safe, effective, and affordable treatment. So at this moment, may I ask Professor Prasad Ewalakun to give us a brief overview on the ongoing and future scientific project between Siriraj and DNDi.
Yes, I would like to add and report to the forum that collaboration between DNDi and the Thai scientific community has been ongoing for a while now. I personally have a chance to participate in such a collaboration when DNDi, NSTDA, the Department of Disease Control, and also Malaysia collaborate on the clinical trial of hepatitis C treatment. And I believe that the trial is going to be very important in giving access to affordable drug for hepatitis C treatment in this region. For a more recent development, which involved more directly Siriraj, started when Jean-Michel came to Thailand to talk to a number of stakeholders in academia and also in the Minister of Public Health for the unmet need for neglected disease in this region. While a number of us expressed the need for different things, a lot of us agree that if one of the top priority for Thailand and probably also in this region is a treatment for dengue. And since then, our team at Siriraj Hospital has been in consultation with Jean-Michel, our colleagues in Kuala Lumpur, and also in Geneva on the consultation for the feasibility assessment of putting dengue treatment into the DNDi portfolio. And this development is very exciting for us because dengue treatment is one of the top priority area at Siriraj with some clinical trial going on and also some in vitro data of some drug combination regimen that look very effective in vitro, and we plan to conduct clinical trial in the near future. And also we plan for a control human infection model for dengue, which I believe is going to be very important for drug development. For this, I think this MoU is going to be very exciting for us, and our team is looking forward to collaborating with DNDi, whether it would be dengue or something else, because I believe that we share the same vision for finding treatment for neglected disease. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Kunkanya and Professor Prasad. And back to Mr. Paidanel. Jean-Michel, would you like to add anything, please?
I would. First of all, the first thing I would like to say is, indeed, Professor Prasad, I would like to thank you and your team, because you've always welcomed me extremely well. I've always been very supportive in both hepatitis C, the work we do on hepatitis C. By the way, I would like to announce that a few days ago, we completed the registration dossier for the Remdesivir, and it is now with the Malaysian authority, which is a great achievement for all of us in Thailand and Malaysia. So thank you, Professor Prasad, for all your support, and I look forward to working further on dengue with you. And it's also the same, Professor Kulkanya, I would like to thank you for all your support, as well as your team in working with GARDP, in trying to make sure that we implement quality clinical trial in Thailand. Again, I hope we can continue working, I'm sure we will continue working together with the same enthusiasm and the same generosity. Of course, I would like to thank Sue, Molly, Tilak, and Anna from your team also for organizing this today. I know they've worked very hard. You know that for me, finding new partners for research and development, especially in middle-income countries such as Thailand and Malaysia, is, I believe, one of the ways we can find a solution for all these patients and diseases that are neglected by the current model of research and development. I think when I look at the potential in Thailand, the potential of Malaysia, but also soon in Vietnam, I think they are also pushing very hard. I can see here that we can find together the solution to some of our problems, such as dengue, for example. If we wait, this will never happen. COVID-19 is a good example. Again and again, low and middle income countries have been left out of the discussions, have been left out of the negotiation. And we know that unless we team up together, unless we work in a different way for research and development, we will never be able to find the treatments, the vaccines, and the diagnostics that we need for our patients. So thank you very much I'm really pleased that we are signing this MoU today, and I look forward to working further with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paidanel. And before we close the meeting, I would like to take this opportunity to invite Professor Prasit Wattanapa to tell us more about Prince Mahidol Award Conference, which Faculty of Medicine Siriraj Hospital hosts annually, so that our colleague here can participate or to be a speaker in this conference. Professor Prasit, would you please?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to mention to you that in Thailand, we do have the father of modern medicine, the Prince Mahidol, who was the grandfather of the reigning king and the father of King Bhumibol. Once he taught the medical school, that this even happened about half a century ago. True success is not in the learning, but in its application to the benefit of mankind. And the MoU signature today proved that the Faculty of Medicine Siriraj Hospital would like to follow his footsteps, would like to follow what he advised us to do. The signing ceremony means that we're going to do some research collaboration to provide a better quality of life to particularly people who are labeled as the neglected people, who have the neglected diseases. In Thailand, I do have another hat. Apart from the Dean of the Medical School, I am the Vice Chairman of Prince Mahidol Award Foundation. The Chairman of this Prince Mahidol Award Foundation is Her Royal Highness Princess Siriraj. We conduct Prince Mahidol Award Conference annually, and each year we invite speakers, participants all over the world to come to join a meeting in Bangkok in order to identify and to try the solution of some health problems. Unfortunately, this year, we cannot arrange the conference, but we move it from the offline conference or on-site conference to a multiple webinar, or we call it webinar series. I would like, on behalf of the Vice Chairman of Prince Mahidol Award Foundation, I would like to invite you, Dr. Bernard, to join this webinar series. I will send you how to apply, how to get into this seminar. And at some stage, when we already succeed in combating the COVID-19, I would like to officially invite you to join the conference in the future. We would like to learn from your experiences and how you use the academic point of view, and particularly the negotiation with several parties, bring in the philanthropy to help the neglected people who have many neglected diseases. Again, I'm so pleased to have this MoU signature and looking forward to working with you and to seeing you soon.
Thank you very much, Professor Prasit. And that was the wrap-up of this virtual MoU ceremony today. On behalf of Faculty of Medicine Siriraj Hospital, Mahidol University, and Drugs for Neglected Disease Initiative, we would like to thank all participants for your attention, and also a big thank to the organizing committee and the people who made this ceremony possible. We cannot wait to see the fruitful outcome of this collaboration that will pay off in the near future, I believe. In the meantime, we wish you a great health and successful measures. Hope to see you all again in the next meeting. For today, I declare the meeting closed. Have a nice day and goodbye.
Thank you. Okay.